Ezekiel 587 BC, that's in between 595 and 574, the period in which is being discussed by Ezekiel, the book of Ezekiel. And we're going to locate in Ezekiel's time, okay, and we're using 587 BC here, where Magog was as he prophesied back here, Jerusalem, there you are, right there, and there's the name. As he prophesied here, this was the known world, okay? And when he said Magog, Magog as a tribe was here, okay? Now, 1A, there's Meshech, that was a tribe, and 1B, Tubal. Now, why these three are related, we'll see how they migrated in another map, all right? All three migrated up into what would be modern-day Russia, okay? Now, 2, Persia. And note we put here Iran. Now, that's going back to when I developed this back in the late 70s. The book is 1975 when I was saved, and I bought that book in about 1975, very shortly after I was saved. And the transparency was made perhaps in 1980 or so. At that point in time, no question about it, Persia and Iran, and that would be reinforced by Hal Lindsey's book. Okay, but as we develop this, we're going to see that we have to think of Persia in the days of Ezekiel back in this point in time, and the first Persian Empire extended all the way back here to the Indus River, and all along the entire east coast of the Mediterranean, or the shoreline of the Mediterranean, into Egypt here, and poking its way up a little bit into modern-day Turkey. And note here's where we have Togomar. But 2 is here, 3 is down here, Cush, Ethiopia, okay, and 4, Put, or Libya, 5, Gomer, and there should be a 6. There it is. Okay? So you have an alliance made up of 6 great tribes. All right? Now, what do you notice about that alignment with respect to Israel?
Totally surrounded.
Completely, totally surrounded by what then was the known world. And that's what the prophet Ezekiel is saying, that there will be a time in the latter days when Israel will be surrounded, in effect, by the known world. She will not have a single ally. There's no ally in this arrangement. Every one of these indicated tribes and nations completely surround Israel. Look where you may and see if you can find a potential ally. Okay? So this is the first thing we want to gather from this map. The prophet is saying that with this alliance, Israel is utterly and totally surrounded by the known world. Okay? I get it from different sources. This is just a modern-day map, but we want to get familiar with the modern-day map so that we can begin to understand what's going on today. And the better we understand what's going on today in reference to the Magog prophecy and other prophecies like in Daniel, end-time prophecies, the better we will appreciate this time in which we are living and the nearness of the return of Christ for the church. And is there anything wrong? That's not a fatalistic attitude. We sometimes take a hit from the secular world. You Christians are nothing but a bunch of fatalists, doomsday artists, right? But are we? No. Titus says what? We are looking for the blessed hope of the return of our Lord Jesus Christ. We're not fatalists. Who doesn't want to go back to their home? And of course, the home is wherever Jesus brings us, right? Okay, so looking at this map, all right, we have, interestingly, here is Israel, and it points out West Bank, it points out Jordan, it points out Lebanon, but you don't see Israel. Now the reason for this is I think this was the voice of the martyrs, and what they were highlighting with these colors is where the greatest intense persecution of the Christian churches, okay? So it neglects or ignores Israel and shows these other countries, West Bank and so on. But here we've got Iraq. Iraq is a post-World War I carve-out by the graces of Britain. Syria was a carve-out by the grace of Britain's ally in the First World War, namely France. And similarly, Iran. Okay? Now, Iran, the name Iran is an ancient name. It's derived from Aryans, A-Y-R-A-N. So the Aryans. This is where we'll use this map, and let's see if I can locate it. Aryans, Aryan. Well, here's area. I'll start here. Area, and then there's a discussion, a little paragraph on the area somewhere here. But area, Aryans, so the reason why we want to get that clear on our mind is we don't want to get confused with the Nazi Aryanism, okay? Area, okay? And the people making it up known as the Aryans. That would be the progenitor for the name Iran. That's the derivative, okay? See? Area, it would eventually be called Iran, but the Greeks would call all of this Persian. Okay?